This video gives you some visuals of how to set up your comp books, your bound composition notebooks for the biomed summer project. You can earn 5 points total for setting up all 3 comp books appropriately. First of all, we want to make sure that you have comp books that are 100 sheets or 200 pages, not the shorter 70-page ones. However, there are some comp books that are spiral notebook size that students have used. So long as they're bound, that's just fine. That worked really well. And just keep in mind we want 100 sheets, 200 pages. All right. So the first thing that you're going to do is we need to label each one appropriately, one for HBS, one for PBS, and one for AP Biology. And then you should have your first and last name on the front of your composition notebook so that if it gets left behind, then we know who to get it to. For your composition notebooks, the first pages need to be numbered. So starting on the very first page, as soon as I open it up, this is number 1, this is page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, and so on. And the first pages 1 through 3 should all be labeled for table of contents. If you want to write out table of contents or abbreviate TOC, either way is fine, just so long as you know what that means. And you should do that for all 3 of your comp books. All 3 of them should have the first 3 pages labeled for table of contents. All right. In your AP Bio comp book, you are going to start at the back. The first thing that you are going to tape in is the formula sheet, and I will be sending this to you by mail. So if you don't get it in the mail, then you need to contact me, email me, and let me know so that I can make sure that I have an up-to-date mailing address for you. So in order to tape this in, you need to turn your composition notebook sideways, lay the formula sheet down, 1 piece of tape on the top on each side, then 1 piece of tape on the opposite side of the sheet, and then fold it in, but make sure that you don't cover up what the worksheet is about so that we can see that this is the formula sheet. So that's on the very last page of your composition notebook. Then, turning toward the front, the next 2 pages are the AP Bio task verbs. And you're copying these in by hand. These were emailed to you. Then, on the next 2 pages, the left-hand side, those will be your Flynn safety video notes where you're answering the questions. On the right-hand side is going to be the steps to use a microscope insert. This one will also be mailed to you. Turn your composition notebook sideways, lay the steps to use the microscope sheet, 1 piece of tape on the top of this one, and 1 piece of tape just on the fold. We don't need to see both sides of this because everything is just on the front side. Then again, fold it in so it doesn't hang out your comp book, but make sure that you're not covering up the title to the worksheet so that we can see what it is. Continuing to turn toward the front. Lab equipment sheet, this will also be mailed to you, same thing. This time we need to see both sides, so it's just like our formula sheet, lay it in there, 2 pieces of tape on the top on this side, 2 pieces of tape on the top on the opposite side, and then fold it in. The directions for this tell you to look at the PowerPoint and make a sketch of each one of these pieces of lab equipment. It does not have to be a beautiful picture, just something that's going to help you be able to identify that piece of lab equipment when we get into class. Continuing to turn toward the front, the next 2 pages, GHS safety symbols, again, a sketch for each one. And then you're going to write more than this, but we need to know what that means, and then a little bit of information about that safety symbol. And then safety symbols, other safety symbols. So this will also be mailed to you. This time we do not need to see the back, so lay it down, 1 piece of tape at the top, and 1 piece of tape on the fold. So that was your AP Bio comp book. PBS comp book. You're going to set up the table of contents and number the pages the same way. Starting at the back, you will turn 2 pages toward the front, and then you will add, so I got more than 2 pages toward the front. PPE notes. And so you will watch the PowerPoint presentation and then take notes. That gives you this side right here, this side right here, and this side right here, and the back side if you need it in order to take notes. That should be plenty of room. You do not have to copy those notes word for word. If you have any questions when you're doing any of your summer biomed project, then you need to contact me, email me. The fact that, oh, I didn't know what to do will not be an excuse, and you will not get a extended timeline to turn your comp books in. These comp books you will give to me on the first day that you are in class. You'll hand them off to me so that I can assign bonus points as necessary, and then I will get them back to you. All righty.